My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. Some dipshit on
YouTube
is making fun of
a new Jellyman video.
Oh no. Oh no!
Mr. Jellyman is your normal, average, everyday Joe, walking down the streets of Manhattan, coffee in one hand,
Does anybody want coffee?
and a big, beautiful brown suitcase in his other. He works for the company MC Jelly, a huge food organization that, of course, sells jelly and other food products. It was a sunny, warm day, early in the morning, around 6:69 a.m., 7:19 for your normal people.
Ha ha, very funny, motherfucker.
As he approached 5th Street to cross the crosswalk, the unthinkable happened.
I'm pregnant!
He went to take a sip from his cup of coffee, and it is out, he yells in the morning air. Communist coffee. Big J's is MC Jelly's rival company. They create the second best jelly in the world, kind of like Coke and Pepsi, you know? Due to the sudden urge for coffee, he runs to the nearest overpriced coffee shop he could find. Runs in and shouts, "I am Mr. Hooligan. Give me the coffee I deserve." Everyone realizing how idiotic it is for someone to just come in and abruptly demand for coffee that he did. And
Emperor Michael II all had stutters so pronounced that they were each referred to as the stammerer.
in the slightest bit. They get him the coffee anyway, and the barista says, "That will be $2.75. $2.75 for coffee? Preposterous!"
I'd like to speak to the manager.
Mr. Huberdam screams and runs for the door with his coffee. They run after him and with coffee squirt guns with super hot coffee.
Oh my god. It's fired.
Due to this event, Mr. Huberdam opens his big, brown, beautiful suitcase and eats MC Jelly's Jellifier that he just so happened to have in his suitcase that day. He begins to feel dizzy, slowly spinning around and round and gradually stumbling to the ground until a giant purple slime monster came out of nowhere and ate him whole. The giant purple monster is our favorite character we know and love, named Jellyman. The baristas were scared with fright and threw coffee beans at the purple giant, but Jellyman opened his mouth and ate all the thousands of coffee beans thrown at him. He began to feel very energetic, you could say, and began to throw lumps of jelly at the baristas at such a rate that his arms became blurs. Or maybe that was just the baristas' point of view as they were suffocating from the pool of jelly that was stuck to their head. At once, the Jellyman halted. He realized that the baristas were covered in jelly stuck to the wall. He began to laugh hysterically, and then he realized it would soon come to an end, and he saw it. The horror in his black round eyes was immeasurable as he saw the giant coffee bean. "Oh my god!
Oh my god! Wow!
Blubbered Jellyman. The giant was over 12 feet tall and weighed over 5 tons with long, skinny arms and legs and beady red eyes staring straight down at him. Jellyman raised his arms, ready to deliver the ultimate takedown, when he finally extended his index finger and flicked the giant off balance, and the bean fell to the ground. After all, weighing 5 tons and having long, skinny arms and legs did not promise you to winning the duel. Jellyman was finally relaxed as he could finally rest from his day's work when suddenly he could hear something in the distance. "Mommy Margarine, the police are coming for me," said the purple giant. He could see the red and blue lights in the distance, coming for him at such great speed and agility. He began to run toward the police cars, increasing his speed until he was only a few hundred feet from the threat. Then he began to vomit all over like crazy. The vomit was no ordinary vomit, though. It was nasty, sticky, peanut buttery sludge. The peanut butter came raining down on large clumps on the police cars, stopping them in their tracks. The cops got out of their cars, lifted their tasers, and said,
Let's blow some shit up.
"Go down, you stupid butter boy!" The cops said as they were attacking the smooth blend of dry roasted peanuts. Suddenly, a SWAT van comes around the corner, and Grimace, the purple giant from McDonald's, comes out to take down Jellyman. Grimace runs toward Jellyman with a large thump every time his foot landed on the ground. Jellyman had brought up his purple gooey fist, ready for the fight with this ugly creature. But before Grimace reached Jellyman, he pulled out a magical thing out of his pocket, something which could bring down Jellyman to his knees. He pulled out the McRib and shoved it into Jellyman's pie hole, as many grannies would say. Jellyman began to feel this warm, caring sensation. He felt happy and whole again, maybe even willing to pay for his coffee. And then Grimace slugged him, and Jellyman was knocked to the floor unconscious. But little did Grimace know that the Burger King was behind Grimace to save Jellyman. The Burger King took out the Impossible Whopper and yeets it at Grimace's face. Grimace cries and goes to his mommy, of course. "Thanks for saving me, Mr. King," Jellyman says to the Burger King. "Ain't no problem, Jellyman, but since I did save you, could you do me a little favor?" replied the king. "Anything, Mr. King," said the purple slime thing. "Well, you will be our new item on our fine menu. You will be love." Jellyman interrupts him with a slug to the face and runs away as fast as he possibly could. But Burger King summons his demons: Cheetos chicken fries, the flame-broiled meatloaf, the grilled dogs, and the burger buddies. But nothing tops the Impossible Whopper. Burger King and the rest of the demons chase down Jellyman throwing up peanut butter in their face, where the Burger King flame-broiled Jellyman until finally it ended. And I don't just mean ended. Nukes went off in the distance. Kind of ended. Mushroom clouds appeared in the distance with a loud boom or bang coming from every one of them. Jellyman needed to react fast, so he face-planted on the concrete, thought of something completely disgusting, U.S. politicians, and continuously vomited with such immense force and pressure that he launched into space. Surprisingly enough, he could survive in an oxygen-free environment and spent the next 15 minutes floating around doing spins and swirls as the Earth went into all-out nuclear war below. His fun came to an end when a flying saucer came out of nowhere and used its God ray beam of light to pick up Jellyman and bring him into the ship. When Jellyman had been transported into the ship, he was immediately surrounded by short green beings. "Welcome, Earthling. We saw you come from Earth as it went into nuclear war. You are made of this weird substance not known to us. State your name and occupation." "I am Jellyman, father of all jelly, good or evil. Who dares take me in such a matter?" Then a familiar Heinz Doofenshmirtz comes out of a dark corner with his iconic white jacket and says, "It is I, Heinz Doofenshmirtz. I have escaped the nuclear war as well as using my escapinator to escape nuclear destruction." Then Perry the Platypus comes out and whops Doofenshmirtz.
Ah, Perry the Platypus, you are too late.
Doof said with a bloody nose, "You may be able to suck me in the face with your little orange feet, but you will not be able to escape my escapinator." Doofenshmirtz pulls out the escapinator, which looks like a little toy gun, points at the platypus, pulls the trigger, and Perry has vanished.
So let me be clear.
Not a speck of dust remains in the spot where Perry once stood. I have finally eliminated the platypus! Yelled Doofenshmirtz with excitement. And as for you, Jellyman, I will use you to make my jaminator to turn the world into a pile of jam. Doofenshmirtz went on this long backstory about why he thought the world should be turned into jam, until Jellyman got bored, got up, and blasted a jelly hole through the UFO and jumped back into the abyss. To get away from this crazy bunch of aliens, he decided to once again peanut butter vomit until he could no more. He reached Pluto, and at this point, the sun was so small, it was only a little orb of the giant thing that it used to be. In Jellyman's perspective, of course. Jellyman looked down at the former planet and could see multicolor RGB flashing lights like a disco party coming from the planet. He decided to investigate this phenomenon and vomited in order to reach the surface. Once he landed face planted into the icy surface, he could see many large figures moving near some bright lights. He began to walk toward this interesting event and realized it is exactly what he thought it was. A disco party, but not just any regular disco party you would find on Earth. It was populated with many animals from the Earth. Elephants, horses, tigers, giraffes, lizards, snakes, spiders, scorpions, deers, bears. It seemed every land animal was there, vibing and having a grand old time. He decided to join in on the dance party to brag about his sick moves. First, of course, is the illustrious Jam Bam, where he uses his jelly hands to spin, then slam his body and shake the whole dance floor. His second, also very famous move, was the Slime Shuffle, in which in this move, Jellyman would form his body into a straight wall and create zigzags and move around and in between the enormous crowd of animals. His third and final move was made to impress the masses, which he called the Jelly Jamboree, where he would just jump into the air, does a few spins, and explodes, making jelly fly all over the crowd. They all cheered somehow clapped at the work of art they experienced. He, however, could see something odd out of the animals. A short, gray-haired, bearded old man who carried a wooden stick as a cane in one hand. Jellyman didn't know why or what might become of it if he decided to go talk to this old man. "Hello, old dude," Jellyman blubbered in his most mannerful way possible. "My name is not old dude," replied the old man. "My name is Noah." After Noah had stated his name, Jellyman immediately realized who he's talking to. "Oh, you are the one guy who saved animals and stuff and during the drown of all those thousands of years ago." "That is correct, you purple thing," replied Noah in his old somber voice. "Then how do you end up here?" asked the slimy giant. "Well, you see, Jellyman, thing whatever you are, God sent me here to save these animals."
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my...
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
They both turned their heads to see a high school jock stud, so egotistical he could light up a place on fire if his ego was flammable. The illustrious JFK! Jellyman immediately ran up to him, asking for his autograph. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, is it JFK? I saw you on TV when I was a little boy watching Clone High.
Ben totally just texted me right now, and I can't even.
Said Jellyman in his most fangirl voice, asking for JFK's autograph. "Sure thing, bud. It's always nice to meet a fan. After they canceled it, we didn't get much recognition for years," JFK replied with a genuine smile. Jellyman was so happy he finally had met his idol. He could finally be happy. Then, boom! A flash of light appears out of nowhere, and Mr. Hooberdam wakes up in his extra king-size bed in one of the smallest apartments in New York. It was all a dream? Thank God. I thought I was going to be inside that evil monster for the rest of my days. He got up, made himself some coffee, and poured it into his mug. It was just a regular work day, of course. Grabbing his mug and his big, brown, beautiful suitcase, he left his tiny apartment to walk to work. Suddenly, when he went to take a sip, he realized he was out. That is Jellyman, written by me. Please don't ever sue me at McDonald's, Burger King, or any other things made in this video. Thank you. Bye.